Every 33 seconds, someone dies from heart disease. And high cholesterol? It's one of the biggest silent killers behind it. But what if you could take control without a single pill? In this video, we're diving into a complete natural game plan to help you lower bad cholesterol, raise the good kind, and actually protect your heart for the long haul without relying on medication. From powerful foods to underrated lifestyle tweaks, I'm breaking it all down. These are the strategies doctors should talk about more often, but usually don't. Whether you're trying to avoid statins or just want to live longer, healthier, and naturally, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Cholesterol has a bad reputation, but it's actually essential. Your body uses it to build cell membranes, produce hormones like estrogen and testosterone, and even create vitamin D from sunlight. The real issue? It's all about balance. And too much of the wrong kind is where the problems begin. There are two main types you need to know, LDL and HDL. LDL stands for low-density lipoprotein, but all you really need to remember is this. LDL equals sign lousy. It builds up plaque in your arteries, making them stiff and narrow. HDL, or high-density lipoprotein, is the opposite. Think of it as your body's internal cleaning crew. It picks up excess cholesterol and brings it back to the liver to be broken down and removed. So if your LDL is high and your HDL is low, you're in the danger zone. But if you boost HDL and bring LDL down naturally, you're giving your heart its best shot. Too much LDL leads to a condition called atherosclerosis. That's when plaque builds up inside your arteries. It's like traffic congestion in your blood vessels. Blood flow slows down, your heart works harder, and oxygen struggles to reach vital organs. Over time, this increases your risk of heart attacks, strokes, kidney damage, and even cognitive decline. Here's the scariest part. You might feel totally fine. High cholesterol usually has no symptoms. You could be running your errands, scrolling your phone, and have no idea your arteries are slowly narrowing. That's why regular blood tests matter, and why taking action before you need a prescription is so powerful. Alright, now that you've got the basics, let's get into the good stuff. Natural, everyday foods that can help you lower cholesterol, starting with what you eat tomorrow morning. The food you eat has a direct effect on your cholesterol, and we're not guessing here. This is backed by decades of nutritional science. Let's start with one of the most studied cholesterol-lowering foods, oats. They're rich in soluble fiber, especially a type called beta-glucan. Soluble fiber binds to cholesterol in your digestive system, helping to flush it out before it ever hits your arteries. And nuts like almonds and walnuts are loaded with unsaturated fats, plant sterols, and fiber, all of which help lower LDL without lowering HDL. A meta-analysis of 25 trials showed nut consumption reduced LDL by about 7.4%. Just one small handful a day, about 28 grams, is enough to see a benefit. Stick to raw or dry roasted and watch the portion size. Contrary to old myths, fat isn't the enemy. It's the type of fat that matters. Monounsaturated fats, found in olive oil and avocados, actually help lower LDL and raise HDL. And omega-3 fatty acids in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, they help lower triglycerides and reduce inflammation in blood vessels. Eating more plants gives you fiber, antioxidants, and polyphenols that actively improve lipid profiles and reduce plaque formation. Add legumes like lentils and chickpeas. They're fiber-rich and protein-packed. Swap meat for these just a few times a week and your heart will thank you. When it comes to lowering cholesterol, it's not just about adding healthy foods to your diet. It's also about eliminating the hidden saboteurs that can raise your LDL and interfere with your heart health. Let's break them down. First, trans fats. The worst offender. Trans fats are the worst kind of fat you can eat, and they're often lurking in foods that seem harmless, like margarine, packaged snacks, fried foods, and baked goods. Trans fats are artificially created fats formed when hydrogen is added to vegetable oils to make them more solid and extend shelf life. What makes trans fats so dangerous is that they not only raise your bad cholesterol, LDL, but also lower your good cholesterol, HDL. The combination of both effects increases your risk of heart disease, stroke, and even diabetes. Look for labels that say partially hydrogenated oils. That's a red flag for trans fats. Even small amounts of these fats can have an outsized effect on your health. Next, refined carbs. Refined carbohydrates are foods like white bread, pastries, sugary cereals, pasta, and sodas. They may seem harmless, but they can do real damage to your cholesterol and triglyceride levels. Refined carbs are high on the glycemic index, meaning they cause a quick spike in your blood sugar. When blood sugar spikes, insulin levels also spike, and this creates an environment where triglycerides, another form of fat in your blood, increase. This is problematic because high triglyceride levels are linked to increased fat storage and plaque buildup in your arteries, which makes them narrower and harder for blood to flow through. This means that just swapping out white bread for whole grains can improve your lipid profile. Whole grains are rich in fiber, which helps to slow down the sugar absorption, keeping your insulin levels stable. Finally, excess saturated fat. Saturated fat is another culprit that raises LDL levels in your blood. Found in fatty cuts of meat, full-fat dairy products, and processed foods like sausages and cheese, saturated fat is well known for its role in heart disease. When you eat too much saturated fat, your liver produces more LDL, the bad cholesterol. Over time, these high LDL levels can cause plaque to build up in your arteries, narrowing them and leading to atherosclerosis, which is a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke. A study published in Circulation in 2015 found that replacing saturated fats with healthier fats, like those found in nuts, seeds, and fish, could significantly reduce your risk of heart disease and improve your overall lipid profile. You don't need to eliminate fat altogether, just focus on good fats like those from avocados, olive oil, and fatty fish like salmon, which can actually help lower LDL and raise HDL. So how can you protect yourself? The key is moderation and making informed choices. Replace processed and refined foods with whole, nutrient-dense options that support your heart health. So, remember to avoid trans fats, minimize refined carbs, and be mindful of saturated fats. Instead, focus on healthy fats, fiber-rich foods, and nutrient-dense veggies and grains. Your heart and your cholesterol will thank you for it. You don't have to eliminate everything. Just reduce these foods and replace them with smarter choices. Small swaps, big impact. And over time, these changes don't just lower cholesterol, they boost your energy, reduce inflammation, and support your entire body. Food is powerful. You don't need extreme diets. You just need consistent, real food choices that your heart can thrive on. Coming up next, we go beyond food and into daily habits. Let's look at how lifestyle choices like sleep, stress, and movement all play a role in cholesterol health. You've heard the phrase, food is medicine, but your lifestyle, it's the delivery system. Science is clear. Simple, consistent changes to how you move, sleep, and handle stress can significantly lower cholesterol and improve heart health. Let's start with exercise. According to the American Heart Association, 150 minutes of moderate aerobic activity per week, like brisk walking, can increase HDL cholesterol and reduce LDL. Exercise improves your lipid profile by increasing enzymes that move LDL from your blood to your liver, where it's broken down and excreted. Aim for 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week. Next, managing stress. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, a hormone that can trigger the liver to produce more cholesterol, particularly LDL. You can counter this with 10 minutes a day of mindfulness, deep breathing, or even journaling. Research shows mindfulness-based stress reduction can lower cholesterol markers and improve cardiovascular health. Improve your sleep. Lack of sleep disrupts key metabolic processes, leading to increased LDL, total cholesterol, and triglycerides. Your body needs sleep to regulate lipid metabolism and insulin sensitivity. Aim for 7 to 9 hours and establish a bedtime routine that sticks. Quit smoking and cut alcohol. Smoking lowers HDL and damages blood vessels, making it easier for LDL to stick and form plaques. Excess alcohol, especially beer and sugary cocktails, can raise triglycerides and total cholesterol. Moderation is key. If you drink, stick to the guidelines, up to 1 drink per day for women, 2 for men. Intermittent fasting. Studies suggest intermittent fasting can reduce LDL cholesterol and triglycerides by improving insulin sensitivity and reducing inflammation. An 8-hour eating window, like 12 to 8 p.m., gives your body time to process nutrients efficiently. Just be sure to focus on what you eat, not just when. Each habit on its own makes a difference, but together, they're transformative. The science backs it up. Natural lifestyle changes don't just lower cholesterol, they increase your lifespan and quality of life. Up next, we're talking supplements. The natural remedies with real evidence behind them and how to use them wisely. Can supplements help lower cholesterol? Yes, but only the right ones, and only as part of a bigger plan. Think of them as support, not shortcuts. Red yeast rice contains monocolin K, the same compound found in prescription statins. Studies have shown it can reduce LDL cholesterol by 10 to 20%. It's powerful, but here's the warning. Because of its potency, it can also cause side effects similar to statins. Talk to a doctor before using this. Omega-3, especially EPA and DHA, don't directly lower LDL, but they reduce triglycerides, inflammation, and overall cardiovascular risk. Try wild salmon, mackerel, chia seeds, or take a high-quality supplement with at least 1,000 milligrams of EPA-DHA combined. Psyllium is a soluble fiber that binds to cholesterol in your gut and helps flush it out. Daily use can lower LDL by 5 to 10%. Take it before meals. Start with 1 teaspoon or 3 to 5 grams. Drink plenty of water or it can cause bloating. Sterols and stanols are found in plants and added to some foods. They block cholesterol absorption in the intestine and can lower LDL by up to 10% when taken regularly. Look for fortified foods like spreads and yogurts or take supplements. 2 grams per day is the sweet spot. Garlic has mild LDL lowering effects and reduces arterial plaque formation. Turmeric, rich in curcumin, has anti-inflammatory properties that support heart health. Don't expect miracles, but used consistently, they contribute to the bigger picture. Add garlic to meals and drink turmeric tea or take curcumin capsules. And a bonus, green tea. Green tea, especially matcha, is rich in catechins, antioxidants shown to reduce LDL oxidation and support blood vessel health. 2 to 3 cups a day is plenty. Just go easy on the sugar and skip bottled versions. They're often loaded with additives. Supplements can help, but only when paired with diet, movement, and stress control. There's no magic pill, only smart, consistent choices. Coming up next, a step-by-step action plan that pulls everything together. You've got the knowledge, now let's turn it into action. Here's your week-by-week plan to start lowering cholesterol naturally, without the overwhelm. Week 1, clean up the diet, starting with food. This week, your goal is simple. Remove the worst offenders and add cholesterol-friendly foods. Cut processed foods, trans fats, and sugary snacks. Eat a serving of oats or barley every morning. Add healthy fats, avocados, olive oil, nuts, seeds. Eat at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables daily. Drink 2 to 3 cups of unsweetened green tea. Don't focus on perfection, just progress. Every small shift makes a difference. Week 2, get moving. Now let's build movement into your routine. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate activity 5 days a week. Brisk walk after dinner. Try yoga, swimming, cycling, or even dancing. Use a fitness tracker or step counter for motivation. Stretch and move after long periods of sitting. Week 3, manage stress and improve sleep. This week, focus on the underrated stuff, stress and sleep. They have a direct impact on your cholesterol. Practice daily deep breathing. Try the 4-7-8 technique. Use mindfulness apps or YouTube meditations. Create a sleep routine. No screens 1 hour before bed. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Your heart rests when you rest. Prioritizing recovery is a power move. Week 4, add smart supplements. Now that your lifestyle foundation is in place, consider adding supplements to support your progress. Omega-3, psyllium husk, plant sterols, garlic and turmeric, and even red yeast rice. This is not a crash plan. It's a heart-healthy lifestyle. Once you've built the habits, you can sustain them with small tweaks. Recheck cholesterol after 3 months. Track your meals, sleep, and movement weekly. Celebrate small wins, like skipping fast food or taking the stairs. Stay consistent 80% of the time. It's enough. Try this plan for 30 days. See how you feel. And if you want to go deeper, rewatch this video, share it with a friend, and keep building momentum. Natural change is real, backed by science, and completely within your control. Here's the truth. You don't need to wait for a crisis to start caring about your heart. You can make powerful, natural changes, starting today, that truly transform your health. Lowering your cholesterol naturally isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about doing the right things consistently. Whether you're 25 or 65, it's never too early or too late to start protecting your heart. The best part? You already have what you need. Real food, daily movement, rest and recovery, natural supplements, knowledge. Let this video be your reminder. Your body wants to heal. You just have to give it the right conditions. If this video helped you, please give it a like. It really supports the channel. And subscribe for more natural health strategies, backed by science and made for real life. Drop a comment below. What's one change you're going to make this week? I'd love to hear your plan.